Yo, everybody, what's going on? Another episode of Menace's Mic. This show's getting a little upgrade. Got the logo updated. The name finally locked in. I got my guy, Bonz, the GOAT.
Yes, sir. What's happening? We back at it, baby.
Pro barber, celeb barber. He don't like the word celeb barber, do you?
Nah, hell no.
Inspirational barber.
Local hood hero.
Local hood hero. Okay. For shizzle.
Let's do that.
And my boy Chaz, Skelly, coming from us from Texas. Coming to us from Texas.
Usually I just hang out with my barber, but it's actually an HJ barber. So
like hand jobs?
Hey, whatever. If you don't know, you can't afford it.
See, this is their first time on the show together. And Bonz, I didn't pre-warn you.
Nah, I seen one episode. The only thing I seen was motherfuckers talking about beating dicks and all that shit during fight camp and shit.
Yeah, so I was
fucking guy Chaz crazy, man.
I should have pre-warned you, but you knew already from watching and supporting. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with him.
But
hey, nobody does.
Speak your truth, baby.
He's a good guy. Anyway, guys, what's going on? I've been out of the loop for a little bit. I've been training for this fight. The fight's coming up in 3 weeks. I got Darius Flowers in Las Vegas, February 10th. So I haven't been paying too much attention to what's going on, what's happening in the streets. You know, I've been locked in.
Bro, it's been a lot of shit. First of all, we got the Strickland and Duplessis fight tomorrow. They just had the weigh-ins just now. To be honest with you, bro, like, the card's pretty weak.
Yeah, who else is on the card?
The only other fighter that I know that's on there they got the Russian guy. I forget his name. He's fighting Arnold, the British cat.
Arnold Allen. Oh yeah,
He's
the
fighting
Russian
him.
cat. Yeah, I was just
17-0. The Russian cat.
Yeah. I was just with him in the. We do like a little. They got all the Russians got like a big sauna down in Miami, so I go there like almost every.
Oh, like the Russian spa house type shit.
Yeah, and I was just down there with him. I forgot he fights. And my boy Springfield Fight Club, Garrett Armfield's fighting too. 135.
Neil Magny's fighting too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So here
I didn't remember that.
The Maestro could have pulled it up for us.
The
Chaz,
Haitian sensation.
Have you seen that?
Did you pull up the card? I haven't even seen it.
Some dude rushed the stand, the stage at the press conference. I saw that. That was pretty funny. Why the Maestro pulls up? What do you guys think about Sean Strickland?
I fucking love that guy, man. I love him.
Guess he's got love-hate.
I love that guy. I feel like he's one of those guys where it's like it's not what you say, it's how you say it. I feel like his intentions are good. He just don't know how to sugarcoat that shit. So he just say how it comes to mind, like right then and there.
You think he's purposely trying to sound like a jackass and going like too far? Like he thinks
I really
just
think he just don't give a fuck at this point, because the shit that he say, like he was talking about like the whole
the trend,
the perception. No, not even just the perception shit about being a champ. He was like, bro, y'all fucking me right now because I got this leather and this 10 belt. But if I lose and I drop down the rankings again, nobody's gonna give a fuck.
Yeah, of course, but
and it's true.
So maybe it's good that he's the only one that speaks the truth, because everybody knows that. They just don't want to like state the obvious.
Yeah, it's
They're
true,
just
bro.
caught in the la la land. Yeah,
it's true. So I fuck with him.
Yeah, I mean, I've never had any bad. I mean, I've trained with him a little bit years ago, and he was a super nice guy when I was there. I've never had any bad interactions with him. I don't agree with some of the stuff he says. I do agree with some of the stuff he says. I think he might be playing it up a little bit. I do think that he plays it up a little bit, but at the same time, like you said, I think he kind of just doesn't care.
Yeah,
so he's just like, whatever. I'm going to say, I've got this mic in my hand now, and people are actually listening to me, so I'm going to say whatever I want.
And if he's playing it up, who the fuck cares? At the end of the day, you're a UFC fighter. Like, granted, you got to get in the ring, in the cage, you got to fight, but you still got to sell that shit. So you kind of have to have some type of character, but then, like, your character has to translate with who you are as a person in your everyday life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, if that's not really him, then which it is, I definitely think it's him. You know, I've been around him and seen him since his first fight in the UFC, we fought on the same card. I think I fought Edson Barbosa in Brazil.
Really?
Yeah, he was just a young kid, like young and skinny, didn't know what was going on. And he was just like talking and asking questions at the meeting. And I'm just over here like, shut the fuck up, bro. I'm cutting weight. Like I want to get out of this room. Like, he's asking
bro, just trying to figure it out.
Right, he's asking about the sponsorship dollars. And then he comes in a room when I'm cutting weight, him past. I'm like, close the fucking door. He's like coming in looking for people. So yeah, you're right. He's just trying to figure out a young kid going in. And then he just like revamped and found his fighting style. And
bro, he's 28-5.
I mean,
that's
he's
fucking
good.
solid.
He's a
bro.
great fighter.
That is solid for somebody who doesn't have like extreme like one punch knockout power.
Yeah,
he wears motherfuckers down.
Just
he
like
breaks
you said, he
people in
doesn't
there.
give a fuck, and that's the way he fights.
Yeah, and I love that shit.
He's there to just fight.
I fuck with
he's
anybody.
definitely a solid fighter. And as far as like, selling having to have an act and selling that act, I don't love that so much. I never have. It's just not my style. But with him, I don't think it's so much an act. So, he might play it up a little bit, but it's kind of just who he is. So I don't mind it as much with him. But it's kind of funny you say that those new guys, they come in and they're in the meeting, they start asking questions. You're just like, God, it's like a kid in class when the teacher's like, anybody have any questions at the very end of class? And somebody's always got 2-3 questions. You're just like, Jesus Christ,
Yeah, right.
man,
It's
shut
pretty
up.
funny.
I'm ready to go.
But see what people are saying, like all this crazy shit to get attention, almost, because like you kind of see it trickling down.
Well,
how far do you think people go? Like, pull up the shit that Charles Jourdain said or John. Like, the dude's a great fighter. Did you see what he said about? Oh yeah, I'm fighting a guy with reach, such and such. I'm gonna use the same game plan as I used with my stepsister and penetrate and dominate. And he tweets this.
I didn't see that shit. That's wild.
Yeah, bro. And he fucking tweets it, and it's like.
The worst part is it's
corny.
not even his stepsister,
weird.
it's his half-sister.
It's
so
corny.
Blood related.
Not even half. That's his sister.
That's
It's his
disgusting, bro.
half-sister.
That shit ain't even for me.
Like-
Like the shit like that's not even funny, bro.
It's not at
Personally,
all. Like,
I don't think that shit's funny at all.
Are you trying to say it to get laughs and jokes and attention?
Well, it worked because we sitting here talking about that stupid shit right now.
Yeah, it definitely worked because I mean you got to talk about it, but
Why?
how good does it look on you?
But it's like, bro, I think a big reason why a lot of guys create these characters is because you don't really see these type of characters in boxing. You don't see that shit really. The character shit's really, really big in the UFC because that pay difference is drastic.
Of course,
so
they have
motherfuckers
to
gotta
do something stupid.
They have to, bro, because if they're not gonna get that bag from the UFC, they gotta build their brand to a point where outside of the octagon, they can monetize what their brand is. Like look at Sean O'Malley. He was making more money than motherfuckers that was on pay-per-view main events when he was still in the prelims outside the cage because he built the brand. Now, if people don't agree with it, like Chaz was saying, like I completely understand. Like let your fighting speak for itself. But at the end of the day, like he made a great example. He's like, bro, I'm in the fight business. He said, I'm here to make money. This is a fucking business. As long as I'm winning, I need to keep building my brand so I get this money outside of the cage. And he's doing that
He
shit.
doesn't say anything stupid. He's just a little goofy sometimes, but he's a great fighter too, and that's why he's always gonna make that money and
he shows up.
over that division. Yeah, he shows.
He
up
shows
for
the fuck up, man. So you can say what you want, the pink hair and the shit with his old lady or whatnot. I know motherfuckers that do a whole lot worse, dog.
Way worse.
Way worse with
He's not
their
even,
ladies, bro.
and he's not even that.
He's not even out of pocket.
That's what I mean.
He's not even crazy
I was just
like
thinking, I was
that,
like, bro,
bro.
you could get way crazier.
I mean,
like
I'm not doing it. I'm definitely not doing none of that.
Not with the wife.
Hell no, not the mother of my kids.
No,
But
yeah.
to each his own. That works for them. So whatever. I know relationships that are a whole lot wilder than shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, at the
have
same
to have
time
something
too,
separate.
the UFC, they're marketing themselves and they're marketing their product.
Mhm.
These individual fighters, I mean, they do market some individual fighters, but that's kind of a thing of the past. These fighters are having to find a way to market themselves, and the best way to market yourself is either to get people to love you or hate you. So you have to some people make up a persona that might not actually be them to get people to either love them or hate them. Usually it's hate because that's easier. Hate spreads a lot easier than love does.
I was just about to ask you that too. Like, what do you think sells more, the love or the hate?
The hate, without a doubt, dude. The hate, without a doubt.
I think people would pay and go to fights to see someone lose
Look at Floyd.
more, than pay and see somebody win, which is sad, bro. Isn't it? Like, what the fuck is this world up to? Like a bunch of.
I mean,
why do you think the Cowboys have more views than any other NFL?
We were
team?
gonna get to those sorry ass Cowgirls. We were gonna get to them because I was gonna tie it in. But since we're here, I mean,
do you think it's the Cowboys, like the physical players?
What's up with your team, Chaz? I think it's their fucking
we've got great players.
I think it's Jerry.
It's the obvious thing. It's their Jerry and the quarterback.
Bro, hell no. That's bullshit. Because a few weeks ago, people were saying that Dak was a MVP prospect. They was going crazy.
He's a choke
artist.
So
we can't say now that he's fucking trash.
But we've always known he's a choke artist. He plays great in the normal season, and then when the big time comes, he just like they should have got rid of him a long time ago.
Let's make something very clear here. I'm a huge Cowboys fan.
That's unfortunate,
Chaz. Since I was a kid, always been a Cowboys fan.
Unfortunate.
And I didn't think that we should have ever gave Dak that contract with all that money. I didn't think that he was the best choice for being paid so high as a quarterback back then. And I don't think that he should get the $60 million a year extension that he's asking for now.
Hell no.
He should get cut.
Dude, listen.
But you can't cut him because who else do you put?
People have this argument all the time. That's exactly what I was going to say. People have this argument all the time. So his statistics are good. Statistically speaking, he's good, like Tony Romo. He's got a great team around him. He's got a great line. He's got great skill players, and he's got a defense that's killing it, that turns over the ball, so he has opportunities. Now, basically, what the Cowboys need to be successful is a game manager. So if you can check down, you can be a good game manager. You can throw in the flats. You don't have to throw all those over-the-top balls. You don't have to make spectacular plays like the Chiefs. Look at the Chiefs' receiving core. You know, he's doing that. Mahomes is doing that with a subpar at best receiving core.
And Dak's got freaking CD Lamb over there.
And the same thing.
So
you
maybe
look at
it's
like Aaron
not
Rodgers
him. Maybe it's the team. Maybe it's
Tom
like
Brady did it with like an all-white receiving core. I mean, you look at.
Well, hold on. It was an all-white receiving core, but Danny Amendola, Wes Welker, Julian Edelman, those guys are fucking amazing.
I'm not saying.
Why do you think they haven't got rid of Dak? You think it's
because there's nobody else to put in right now?
I think him and Jerry got something weirdness going on.
Jerry gets like that with all his quarterbacks he loves. He was the same way with Tony Romo too.
See, so what they
Tony Romo is also a stats monster though.
You
look at I think he's looking at it in a numbers aspect. He's like, this guy has great numbers every year. We're going 12-5. We were going 12-4. Now we're going 12-5. With great stats every year. So we're doing something right. Just trying to, there's going to be a year where we're going to get lucky and we're going to break through and we're going to win those big games. Our problem isn't our players. Our problem isn't the stats. Our problem is our coaching. It's always been our coaching. This is what I really want to talk about here. McCarthy's a yes man. We haven't had a real like hard ass head coach since Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson and Jerry Jones had a feud. And Jimmy Johnson got fired. He hired Barry Switzer, who got a residual, Super Bowl win with a team that basically Jimmy Johnson had built. But they had two completely different coaching styles, two completely different aspects. Now, Bonz, you're like a motivational speaker. You talk to people motivationally, right? So here's my question to you: as a motivational speaker, you're coming into a team and you're trying to motivate this team. What do you think is the best way to motivate a team? Troy Aikman loved Jimmy Johnson, and I'll tell you why. Jimmy Johnson was a hard ass. He would jump down the throat of these players, dude.
Accountability.
If they did something wrong,
accountability.
He was on them. Yeah, he was jumping down their throat. He was the bad guy, though. He was the bad guy on the team. The players knew him as like, don't fuck with Jimmy Johnson. You do something bad, he's jumping down your throat. Now, Troy Aikman, as the quarterback, as the team leader, the team captain, at that point got to become the good guy. Jimmy Johnson jumped down the throat. Troy Aikman got to come behind him and clean up the mess and say, "Oh, it's all right, dude. I'll pick you up. I'll get you another ball. I'll throw you another ball." It's
a good balance.
Good. Yeah, it's a good balance. Then so on the opposite end of the spectrum, you got Barry Switzer, who comes in, and he's a motivational guy, but at the same time, he's a nice guy. He's a guy who is friends with the players. He's not the dude who, when you come off the field after you messed up, he's not going to say, "F you, you fucked up, you're sitting the bench." He's not going to do that. He's going to say, It's all right, man. You'll get them next time. What's that do? It changes the team dynamic because Troy Aikman now has to become the hard ass. Somebody's got to jump down these people's throat regardless.
Yeah, and
you can't keep fucking up and not get scolded for it at all. So that turns Troy Aikman into the bad guy, and it changed the whole team dynamic. So to you, if you're looking at this, what do you think works better? Do you think a coach that is willing to put himself out there and be the bad guy, the complete teardown, or are you looking at the complete buildup? Because I don't think there was much in between. I don't think there was a teardown build up, and I don't think that there was like a build up but then tear down in private. I think it was two opposite ends of the spectrum.
I think honestly the biggest issue when it comes to that in leadership, you got to start at the head. Jerry doesn't hold anybody accountable, and Jerry's not going to put, like, I was watching the Nightcap with Club Shay Shay, with Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco. Ocho Cinco made a really good point. He said, Jerry's never going to let anybody be on that team that's bigger than him. And that's why him and Jimmy had the huge issue, because Jimmy was that big personality in the room, and he held everybody accountable, and everybody respected him. And to an extent, people probably respected him a lot more than they respected Jerry. Jerry won't take his hand off of shit, so because he won't do that, nobody can come in there and really implement the system that they want to do it and how they want to do it. When have you ever seen Jerry hold that accountable for these trash-ass fucking games? Let's keep it real. Never. When did he ever hold Tony Romo accountable for these trash-ass fucking games?
He loves his quarterbacks.
It doesn't happen. So when you have when the head person, the person that's involved at the top, isn't allowing any accountability to take place on these grown-ass men, people gonna do what the fuck they want to do. If you don't give somebody structure and you don't have a system in place where there's accountability, but then it's also being rewarded at the same time, this is what happens. You get a place where everybody does what the fuck they want. Because we're America's football team, we don't have to. We could just show up. I'm a Cowboy, so I'm straight. That's how it is. You know what I'm saying? But it's just, bro. Who
controls? You think Jerry just controls everything from top to bottom?
He does.
He does. He
Controls everything.
I was thinking on the way over this. He's like one of the team managers where he put like a clause or something like, even after 5 years or something after my death, you can't change anything. The team has to stay the same. They have to do this, this, and this. Like, that's some crazy shit. It's been that way.
But that's why they can't grow.
He's the owner / GM. There has to be a separation of powers there, checks and balances. That's the reason for a GM underneath the owner. So he's the owner / the GM who has said publicly that he would have fired himself as a GM years ago. He said, I would have fired myself.
But here we are.
That reminds me of like horrible bosses.
Because I am the final say in everything that happens on this team, and I'm going to be the final say. And that's where I was coming with this. He hired Mike McCarthy because Mike McCarthy has that same personality. He's a yes man. Mike McCarthy is never going to want to take control there. He's always going to be a yes man. And that's the problem that we have. Not to mention Mike McCarthy's garbage at fucking time management at the end of the game. He's cost us several games because of that.
I think
Mike McCarthy's got to go. He sucks, dude.
You know who would have been a really fire-ass coach for the Cowboys, but it would never happen because he's too much of an alpha? Fucking Mike Tomlin.
Bill Belichick.
Tomlin don't fit in Dallas.
Bill Belichick's legacy is too big.
Tomlin don't fit in Dallas. No way.
But Tomlin, with that hard mouth style of football play and that real accountability, like people respect Tomlin. When Tomlin when he walk in that locker room, there's respect. You don't never hear about players trying or talking shit about Tomlin. He was 17, 18 years now, and they're in there and talks to get an extension. When's the last time he won a Super Bowl?
It's been a minute, but that team is always solid. I mean, made the playoffs.
They make the playoffs, but when's the last time they won a Super Bowl?
What, like Ben's last
Come on,
year?
man.
Ben's second last?
They haven't won a Super Bowl in a long time, but he's got that respect. Of course, they've been rebuilding, but he's got that respect from his players, bro.
Yeah, he controls his team.
He controls his team. He controls his locker room, and I feel like that boy he out there doing what he want to do, man.
I mean,
he doing what he want to do. He getting that bag. Go wrong. He's doing what he want to do. He can't go wrong, and nobody's holding him accountable.
He threw 2 interceptions in the first round of the playoff game and completely lose, and don't even get talked bad about for real.
No, they got talked bad about.
I mean, a little bit.
They got dragged.
But that's normal though. They say the same shit every year because it happens every year.
If you watch the game, you could see there was something going on with him and CD. Him and CD didn't hook up in the
At all.
beginning. They looked like there was something going on there. I wonder what happened in the locker
You think
room.
they've just been planning it? Like, hey guys, like let's just lose. Like we're supposed to lose.
Man, hell no.
how they
You see what they did to the boys on social media? Bro, somebody made a meme. Remember that dude that got sentenced to jail and he jumped over? You see me put on my story?
Yes.
Somebody made a meme of Dak at the press conference and the dude like said, "Oh hell no," and then ran over and act like he punched Dak. And Dak, bro, they dragged his. They don't want that smoke.
I see that.
Bro, the internet now will destroy people, bro. They will destroy you. Back in the day, they probably. Hell nah, bro. They did not want to lose on them Cowboys. Fuck no. They didn't want to. Just like the Dolphins.
Well,
I'm going for Houston.
We got Trey Lance as a backup right now.
Houston's my team to win it.
Yeah, that matter of fact, Trey is. Damn, but see, he didn't. Trey not gonna get that opportunity though. He's not gonna.
You never know. He's a former #1 pick, dude, and they didn't give him much of an opportunity in San Francisco.
But when they did, he played good though. He just got hurt. Remember, he broke his foot early in the season. He had to sit out, and that's when Purdy came or Brock came in.
Yeah, he played mediocre. He played
better than Jimmy G.
Maybe. I can't
Jimmy
remember.
G was he was a management style player like what you talking about. You basically the Cowboys need somebody like how Peyton Manning was that year when they won with the Broncos. We just need you to go out here and not fuck up.
Not throw interceptions.
Joe Flacco with the Ravens.
Oh, bro, I thought you were about to say Joe Flacco with the Browns.
With the
Browns.
They almost made it through.
Holy shit!
Hey, he played well though, man. When he came in, he played well.
They came
into
back.
the playoffs.
The team came back and beat them, right?
Until the playoffs, yeah.
To the playoffs, they got their ass washed by the fucking Texans.
That's what I'm saying. That's the Cinderella. That's the Cinderella team.
Nah, I got the 49ers taking it. 49ers or I want the Rams.
Take that.
I like the Rams too. Shout out to Lamar, the hometown hero. I want him. Matter of fact, fuck that. I want the Ravens to win.
Yeah, it's set up for
because I would like Lamar to get one too, man.
He's gonna get
49ers
MVP
have the best
year,
team in the league.
Yeah, I think so too. The way Debo is playing right now and fucking Christian, like that that's my favorite player in the NFL, Christian McCaffrey. That guy, he's like a fucking Swiss Army knife. He does everything, bro.
Still no ring yet, huh?
Nah, no ring. No ring.
Yeah,
this could be the year.
Yeah.
I mean, we could see a Raven.
My fantasy football name's ChristianMingle.com.
Bet it is.
It is Christian McCaffrey, baby. Let's go.
You sure that's for Christian McCaffrey?
Yeah.
All right.
Nah, but I want to see the Ravens.
My website, bro.
Farmers Only.
Is there black people on Farmers Only? Ain't no niggas on Farmers Only.
I seen a farmer commercial with a black dude was like in the commercial.
On Farmers Only?
Yeah, he said he was an engineer and he was like,
Pull that up.
I'm a farmer. And
pull that up.
Like,
I need to see the black guy in the Farmers Only
commercial.
It was
on Instagram. It was an Instagram video.
Like a reel type shit?
Yeah, like a reel. He's like, oh yeah, I get questions about asking or being a black barber. Do I get weird looks? Like, yeah, I this and that. Or black farmer. I said barber. Yeah, farmer. That's my idea. You know, I've had this idea, right?
I would love to have a farm.
I think I'm gonna go just buy an RV, go find a little piece of land in the little country, and just farm it.
Do it
for a year.
I wouldn't mind that, bro.
I'm kind of getting tired of going to the grocery stores. I want to grow my own shit.
It just gives you a different connection.
This year.
Price gouging, I mean, everything is too high.
It's a different connection when you grow your own shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the energy's different with the food. I feel that way. It's more appreciated too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, I want the Ravens just because I remember at the draft when Lamar got picked like last, and he was like, "I'm gonna bring a Super Bowl and I'm gonna make everybody regret this shit." I like fucking stories like that. I want this motherfucker to go out there and wash everybody. I want him to go out there. Because, bro, at the beginning of the year, I seen this stat. They had him ranked like 79th in the NFL or 69th in the NFL for like the power rankings as far as like skill set. You know, they have them 1 through 100.
Got in?
Bro, they was disrespecting the fuck out of him.
Yeah, now he's at the top of the list. People are trying to mold teams around players like him.
And go figure that they didn't want to pay that boy this money. They didn't want to give him his bread. Now he come out and give a fucking MVP season and the favorites to win the Super Bowl, and you was gonna let this guy walk. I hope he wins, bro. I hope he wins. I can see that. Cause Purdy, Brock is young. He got time. I'm not saying Lamar is old, but I just feel like it's his time, bro.
You still can't count Kansas City out. I always tell bro.
I just felt they played a team that wasn't ready for that weather, boy.
Yeah, experience plays a long way though.
The Dolphins wasn't ready for that 30 degrees.
Soft ass Miami boys ain't ready for cold. Y'all too pretty.
Nigga, that's not cold. That's freezing.
Miami boys are too pretty.
That ground probably felt like cement. That was no grass.
Yeah.
That was cement with texture. That's all that was. Cement with texture. Hell no. But what you got? What's the fight?
Your boy Anthony Joshua.
Yes, bro.
Finally, you were just talking about this, and they booked the fight. We got 50 on it already.
I got AJ.
Yeah, of course. That's what we got 50.
I gotta go with him, bro.
I got Francis.
I feel like that's. I mean, UFC MMA guy, cool. I get it.
AJ's gonna get knocked out.
There's no. I don't see that shit happening, bro. I think that what happened with the Tyson Fury fight was he ain't take that shit serious. There's no tape on his footwork or how this guy was gonna fight. You're not telling, bro. There's no fucking way.
So
the way AJ fought his last fight against Otto Wallen with that aggressiveness, with him having Ben Carson as his new coach, that motherfucker came out there looking like Anthony Joshua that knocked out Dillian White. On the front foot, aggressive as fuck.
Goes a long way. We know this. And Francis has to be so confident.
Of course. And rightfully so.
He beat the best heavyweight in the world.
Nah, he didn't win that fight, bro.
With no real like boxing like training. Like he don't have a real boxing coach. Like his head coach is an MMA coach. And he still went out there and beat him.
Nigga, he had Mike Tyson training him. What are you talking about?
Mike Tyson ain't no boxing coach. Mike Tyson knows boxing. He's not a coach.
Get the fuck out of here. Are you serious right now?
And he didn't have Mike Tyson his whole camp.
Bro,
and, like,
all right.
working with him day in, day out.
So what about Roger Mayweather? He was a former boxer that was trained his son and Oscar De La Hoya.
But he's been training them for years. He's built like training like regiments. Like he's learned how to coach. Mike Tyson knows how to tell people like pointers, but
hey, clearly he did.
Coach him.
Clearly he fucking did.
Yeah,
he went in there and his motherfucker. He didn't win that fight.
So you're right. So you're right.
It was
Mike
close, but he didn't win.
He had Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson coached him and he beat him. So you are right. I'm sorry.
I got AJ, bro, and I got AJ. And no disrespect to Francis whatsoever. I got AJ putting that boy to sleep, man. No. With a count, I'm talking about a counter right hand. Yeah, hey.
He's gonna be surprised.
Save this shit right here.
Of course,
I'm calling this motherfucker. AJ gonna knock him out with a counter right hand. I'm telling you, bro.
I think AJ's gonna be like shocked at how fast Francis is, and I don't think a lot of people realize that he's pretty fast for a heavyweight. I think he's faster.
He's more, but the thing about Francis, I think
he's a little stiff though.
But the reason why a lot of the fight happened the way that it did against Tyson Fury, the way that Tyson beats a lot of these guys is, for one, he usually weighs anywhere from 70 to damn near 100 pounds more than these motherfuckers when he's getting in there. So he lays on guys, wears their legs out, and just beats the shit out of them. That's what he does. He'll lay on your ass. He did this to Deontay Wilder, all 3 fights. He did the same shit to David Chisora. That's what he does. He'll weigh him out. But when you get in there with Francis and his legs are tree trunks, you leaning on him, that ain't nothing but clinch training for him.
What do you think Francis is going to do to AJ?
But AJ's bigger, just as big as him.
He going to lay on him.
AJ's just as big as him. And faster. AJ's definitely faster than Francis Ngannou, bro. And he's more technical, too.
What is that, March 15th?
And he's got more knockout power than Tyson Fury does. We're not going to ignore that shit. He 100% has more knockout power than Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury's not knocking people out with one punch like that. It's an accumulation of punches and fatigue that he's knocking niggas out.
Yeah.
AJ knocking dudes out cold.
AJ loses this fight.
Chaz, who you got, bro? Because me and Mike can do this shit all fucking day.
Look, your shit don't even work.
You on mute.
Unmute your shit.
I'm not on mute.
Now you're not. Now we hear you.
Not.
I'm with Francis.
There it is, 2-1.
Why are you picking? How you got Francis?
MMA, probably.
I don't think Joshua's looked great. I don't think he's looked great. So I don't know.
You didn't think he looked great against Otto Wall in his last fight?
Yeah, he looked good in that fight. He didn't look good against what's that Russian? He lost 2 fights in a row.
Who? Alexander Usyk, the undisputed heavyweight, the former cruiserweight, bro. The dude's like, he's one of the greatest heavyweights ever, low key. He's one of the greatest cruiserweights ever. He's a what? He was the second all-time cruiserweight undisputed champ, other than Evander Holyfield.
You sound like Anthony Joshua's dad. You sound like a kid when he loses and making excuses for him.
Nah, hell no. But you
say
can't
he
just
underestimated.
you
say he
you refer
underestimated
to
Tyson Fury. He didn't underestimate Tyson Fury, dude. He knew what he was walking into.
no. I'm saying Tyson Fury underestimated Francis
Yeah,
Ngannou.
for sure.
Oh, yeah. I
That's
agree
what
with
I'm
that.
saying. And then you
I
refer to
definitely agree. I
Usyk.
agree with that.
You refer to Usyk as that Russian guy. Usyk is that motherfucking dude.
Yeah,
Great
Yo,
footwork.
boxing
Great
that much.
footwork. He's got power. His technique
He
is
is
amazing.
good.
He's like a
He is
heavyweight
good, but,
version of Lomachenko. He's a heavyweight version of Lomachenko. He moves. That guy, he's fucking good. And that's the only person to beat Anthony Joshua without Anthony Joshua getting. He's the only person to beat him. Because the other person that beat him was Andy Ruiz, and Anthony Joshua came back and washed him all 12 rounds. That's the only. He's only lost to one person.
I remember that. He got
Come on
caught
now.
slipping.
Come on, man. And then he was winning
Took him
that
too
fucking
light.
fight too against Andy Ruiz. And he just stayed too close and let Andy land that fucking overhand right. He's the first person to drop Andy Ruiz.
Andy Ruiz.
Yeah, the little fat chunky guy knocked him out.
Yeah. He did knock his ass out though. I was fucking
He did knock him
pissed.
out.
See,
I was
AJ's
pissed.
got it. AJ might have a little.
But hey, man,
Chill.
that's the fight game. That's the fight game. You know, that's why you got to get in there and see what the
Well,
fuck
I'm
is
gonna
up.
show the people my crisp $50 bill. Actually, I want it in all ones.
Nah, I want my
I'm
shit.
just saying. I think
all ones.
I've got Francis based on the fact I think there's some intangibles with fighting that I think Francis is this thing? It's freezing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just
We
froze,
can hear you,
Chaz,
Chaz.
but we can still hear you.
But you're probably gonna say
keep going.
There you go.
actual fighters. There's between
Yeah.
fighters
I
and
think I
boxers.
think there are some intangibles with fighting. You know, I mean, power for Francis is obviously one of them.
Facts.
He's got to be one of the most powerful dudes in the entire world. So
Ever.
you know, Joshua has power too. I'm not saying that he doesn't, but
Stupid power.
another thing is, huh?
No, keep going.
Another thing with Joshua is he's had an accumulation of punches throughout his career. I think I think it's going to be power to power, and I think Francis's chin's going to just be fresher.
How old is Francis Ngannou? Can we look that up?
He's older, but he didn't start fighting until he was.
Nah,
he was
he's might not be older than Joshua.
Nah,
Might
nigga's about to be
around
40.
the
Francis
same.
Ngannou's got to be like almost 40, bro. It's like
Nah.
37.
He might look like that, bro. He had a rough upbringing.
Anthony
man. My
Joshua's
man
like
was homeless
33,
for a little
bro.
bit.
How old is
he?
Francis Ngannou? Anthony Joshua's like 33 years old, bro. Chill.
Francis?
What do you
That nigga's
think?
younger
What
than
do you
both
think?
of us.
What do
I
you
said
think?
Francis Ngannou's
35.
37, bro.
35.
37, 38.
Bones takes it on the dot.
on,
37.
man.
37.
Talk to me nice, man.
37 is not old.
Anthony Joshua's what,
That's not
33?
old. 37 is not old.
Who?
Anthony Joshua, what, 33? I think he's 33 or 34.
You think 37 is old?
For bot?
anything.
Not for
For
heavyweight. Not
combat
for heavyweight.
sports.
Not for because they said the power is the last in the league. So
What'd you say? 33?
I said 33,
He's 34.
33, 34. So yeah, bro.
34, yeah.
every.
Listen,
But
I'm
Chad, you're right.
30.
Chad, now as far as the taking punishment, 100% I agree with you with that. Anthony Joshua has taken a lot more punches, but I gotta go with technique, bro. Technique and power. I gotta go
Yeah,
with
I see
that
the technique part.
because
Technique-
Anthony Joshua, his
technique for
technique,
sure.
bro. We
Technique
an
for
Olympic
sure.
gold medalist, bro. You gotta have. He got the skill
but
set,
it's
bro.
still a fight.
It is still a fucking fight.
Still
A fight that Anthony Joshua's gonna
All
win.
those accolades don't mean shit.
Who you got for Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk then? Because that's for the winner of Ngannou and Joshua are gonna fight the winner of Usyk and
I've
Fury.
always been the Fury guy. I've always been on his side, so that's who I'm gonna roll with.
So I love Fury, and I wouldn't go against him. Usyk's, man, that guy's he's good. He's good, man.
I haven't watched some boxing now. You know, boxing's your thing.
I think the problem with that fight is that Usyk's got just as good, if not better, footwork than Fury, and that's kind of one of those things that Fury relies on in his fights, and so I could see Usyk taking that.
I think Usyk probably outboxes him.
I
If
think so, too.
if Fury can't get him against the ropes and lay on him or get him in that clinch, it's gonna be a long fucking night for him. It's gonna be a long night because Usyk's movement, his head movement, his combinations, he's ambidextrous. He can fight from both southpaw and orthodox. He has an amazing fucking jab too, and he goes to the body. Tyson Fury don't go to the body like that. He's gonna lay on your ass and he's gonna fuck
he
you up with that
lays on
jab.
him. So you can lay on him and get the job
That's a
done.
50-50 for me, but if I had to put my bread on it, I'm going with fucking Usyk, bro.
I'm pulling for Fury though. That's what I like.
I'm not mad at that
Well,
either.
we're taking bets. I'm taking bets.
I'm not mad.
What do you have to lose?
I'm not mad at that at all. Did they still haven't announced the main event for UFC 300 yet, have they?
No, so apparently they're waiting to see what happens tomorrow what happens between Drakus and Strickland.
You think so? You think that so the winner's gonna end up fighting Izzy?
I think so. That's what they were trying to say. Maybe
Somebody
Izzy
asked if
fights
they'd be willing
somebody.
to go and fight Perea.
Yeah, they said they asked it at the press conference. Sean did not answer that shit at all.
Yeah.
He wasn't fucking with that. Duplessis said he wants to win the belt and then clean out the division, and then he said he definitely is gonna move up to fight Alex.
We didn't even see what picks. I'm going with Drakus.
Nah, I gotta go with Sean.
I'm going with Drakus too. I want him. I just think
Supporting the African brother.
No,
man,
I feel that.
after watching his last couple, he's getting better and better. I think his cardio is getting better and better. I just think he's the more skilled guy.
Do you think he was more? Do you think that he was? How do I say this?
As long as Drakus doesn't get tired like he does, because he fights fast and hard and he gasses a little bit. If he gives a little bit of that, Strickland's going to get on him.
Chaz, what do you think about Drakus in that first round against Whitaker?
Whitaker, I'm trying to think of what happened exactly in the first round. He dominated the fight.
I didn't think he dominated. No, hell
knocked
no.
him out, didn't
He didn't. I don't think Drakus dominated that. I didn't think he dominated the
knock
first
him
round.
out?
He did knock him out. He stopped him.
I can't remember the first round is the problem, but I
Okay, so
remember him
do
dominating
you
the
think
fight.
that Drakus' performance against Robert Whitaker was better than Sean's performance against Adesanya?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So you were more impressed that he was able to stop Robert Whitaker?
Yeah.
How many
Yeah,
fights? How
absolutely.
many fights has Robert lost in his last 5? Can we pull it up?
he? Fuck.
Robert Whitaker has lost to Adesanya twice.
And that was
Yeah,
it.
but then there's
Is that the
others.
only person that's beat him in the division?
I think.
Nah, he's been beat
I feel like he
by,
lost to somebody else.
The
Did he?
gorilla Cannonier beat him, didn't
Nah, he beat Cannonier. He broke Cannonier's arm in that fight with a leg kick too.
He's
I'll
lost.
tell you-
He's got Duplessis, Israel twice, and then Stephen Thompson, Court McGee.
Oh, so then it's only been Adesanya and Duplessis.
He's lost
Yeah.
to Stephen Thompson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
70?
That's when he moved up.
Yeah, UFC
Moved
170. Yeah.
down. Or Stephen Thompson moved
That was a long
up?
time.
No, he
ago.
moved up. He started off at 170. He got knocked out, and then he moved up to 185. And that's when he started washing motherfuckers because he was faster than everybody. He had that crazy blitz shit.
That's how much
I'll tell
I
you
pay
why.
attention.
I'll tell you why I think it was more impressive to me. I just think that Duplessis in that fight displayed more skill. He displayed more well-rounded skills. Ground, as far as like his striking and his ground game, I thought he displayed more skills. I think the problem with Strickland is that he gets too one-dimensional when he's out there fighting. He gets just stuck in that striking game. I don't think that it just something looked off with Izzy when they fought. And I mean, you can say that all you want, and then you can say, well, it was just the way that Sean was fighting that threw him off.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's
Izzy
two sides to
didn't-
that.
Izzy didn't take
What's-
that fight serious. That's why.
To me, I don't even
think
think
Izzy
that-
wasn't even in that fight mentally, personally. I think he had
Yeah.
some shit that he was going on, and he was like, man, let me just get this shit over with.
Dude, nothing happened in the fight. I mean, not a lot happened. It was a very slow,
Boring
slow
fight.
Yeah.
it was pretty
So
It
to
was
me-
boring, other than the first round.
And I think Whitaker is on that
Little bit of
level.
the
with
first
Izzy.
round.
Whitaker is on that level, dude. He's an elite fighter, and to come out there and dominate like that, I think is just crazy impressive.
I'm not mad at that, bro. I like Duplessis. I like his style, but I just feel like he's a brute.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's always gonna be. Even like you compare it to boxing, I always feel like a boxer will always be the slugger because they're more calculated and they think more. I feel like Duplessis, he fights a lot off emotion too. Like if he sees that he touched you and you react a certain way, he gonna go crazy on that shit. But
He's a
Sean,
little wild.
like Sean when he fought that Russian cat that was going crazy on him in the first round.
Yeah.
He sat right in the pocket on that motherfucker. All right, go ahead, do your thing. Stay composed and came out that next round and beat the fuck out that dude. And that guy was never the same after that fight. And that dude was an up and comer. They low key put him in there to kind of like propel him.
Yeah, they put him in there
because
to
Sean
beat
had that bad
Sean.
performance
Yeah.
against Cannonier. So there's all right.
I'm
Let's.
not gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
I
what?
watched the film. When I watched the film on that fight, I bet against Sean on that fight.
A lot of people fucking did. That
I
dude
did.
was whooping people ass,
So
man.
I think I bet shot in that fight just because he was the underdog, wasn't he? But where does this put Cannonier? Who's he fighting next?
Cannonier's kind of lost in the mix now.
Yeah, because he won and he should be right there for.
Man, that sucks for
next
him
in
because he's a
line.
beast too, bro. He's
Cannoneer is 100% a beast, bro. He's definitely a beast. It's just like I feel like he gets those losses at the
Does he have
wrong
a
fucking
fight?
time.
Does Cannonier have a fight coming up?
And then, like what we was talking about earlier, he ain't got no character.
Cannonier.
yeah.
He don't got no character.
Yeah, he is
Cannoneer
kinda just
and bro,
plain.
I fuck
He's
with
got the
Cannoneer.
Bible.
No, not even.
type
He be.
God thing.
I fuck with Cannoneer heavy, bro. I love his style of fighting. I love how he talks shit and he ready to bump. I love his story about coming from heavyweight, then the fucking light heavyweight, then
that's
the
crazy.
middleweight. Like I loved watching his transition into the fighter that he is right now. But the thing about it is, like, if you're not a real fan, you really don't know who the fuck Cannoneer is, bro. Like
Yeah,
if
he's
you
got that good energy and crystals and shit.
I love him,
He's got
bro.
them crystals that he works with.
I love
Is he
Cannoneer,
a
but
crystal guy? Ah,
Yeah.
who did
You a crystal guy?
who me?
Yeah.
You
Hell
got
no, I
crystals
ain't,
and incense
man,
in your
fuck.
house?
Hell no, I got this rock, I got this stone right here, cause that's my birthstone. That's it. That's
You get energy
I'm not
from
fucking putting no
crystals?
crystals outside and give me energy. It's like, get the fuck out of here. That stupid shit, bro. You know what I always notice? People that always have those fucking sages and those damn crystals be fucking broke.
Because they spend all their money
How
on
you
that shit.
manifesting all this positive energy? Manifest some fucking bread, man.
Because they spend all their money on them fucking rocks.
That shit is so, and that's bro. That shit is such a fab to me. Like I was having a conversation with somebody the other day, and they were talking to me about like their bullshit, like angel numbers. I'm like, who told you that this number was from angels?
Somebody fucking said.
Somebody's like, oh, 444, 555. What the fuck does that
Or
mean,
somebody
bro?
was like, oh, 321, because it was. I'm like,
So I could write a
That's a
book and just
number?
say that 123 is an angel number.
Yeah.
And just put like some cool definition behind it, and motherfucker. It's all a fad, bro.
yeah, they're all. You're
It's all a
supposed to be.
fucking
You're
stupid
supposed
fad.
to be blessed. Like, oh, I'm like.
You know
man,
who the real
so-
winners are? The motherfuckers selling those crystals.
Yeah.
That's who's the
They
real
got
winners.
Everybody fooled.
Dude, I've
Printing
never
fucking
met
books.
anybody who's into crystals like that.
Oh
that
my
wasn't
god,
a
bro!
stoner like
Oh
you.
my god, bro!
Stoner,
It's-
stoner white girls. That's the only like
Yeah, that's
people
true.
I've ever met that are into that shit.
That is
Yeah,
true.
but see, I know chicks that don't even smoke weed that do that shit.
Man,
Just
look,
like
if I
people
need
like-
some good positive energy, I'm gonna pray. That's what I'm gonna do. I ain't sitting next to no stupid ass fucking rock. I'm not doing that, bro. That's stupid. That's dumb to me, though. I'm sorry.
Who do you think makes those books to like describe exactly what each stone does?
How do you even know? How do you,
right?
how do
Where
you
does
measure
come
it? What's
from?
the scale?
That's what I mean. Like,
How do you
Somebody
measure
on
it?
LSD.
How do you fucking measure it and say, you know what? This stone right here is gonna help you make more money. This stone right here is gonna give you peace. This one
is a
stone's gonna
money
heal
stone,
you.
yeah.
Bro, if all of these stones worked, why the fuck is there a CVS pharmacy? I'm
Yeah,
picking up
right.
rocks.
Yeah, I don't
Dude,
get
this-
sick.
I'm
I got
sleeping
this
with
rock.
fucking I'm
I got
keeping
this
rocks
rock.
in my fucking pocket, bro. Get out of here, man. That shit is
This world
bogus.
is built on scams to make money. Look
Oh
at
my
like
God.
Scams and stupidity.
fortune tellers, people with those cards, like whatever those cards are that they read, the fortune tellers.
The
There are people
fortune
that
teller
believe in that.
peoples are funny.
Oh,
though.
hey, I'm
Those
not gonna
card
hold you.
people are funny.
I'm
I
not gonna
think
hold you, though.
They have a little bit
Hey,
of truth to them,
Hey,
though.
now them psychics, that be real, bro.
They have a little bit of truth. I don't know how real, but they got a
Hey,
little bit of truth
bro,
to them. Don't fuck
Absolutely
with
Hey,
it.
not.
That's
Chaz,
black magic,
Chaz,
bro. Black
I grew up in church, Chaz. I'm telling you, on my children, bro. On my children. These psychic people out here. Now I'm not saying where their source is. All
No, I
right,
mean, like,
it be
the voodoo,
real,
like
bro.
the voodoo
It be
type
real.
shit,
That voodoo
yeah,
stuff is
yeah,
not a
like
joke,
the
bro.
Haitian shit, no,
That
like,
stuff is not a
yeah,
joke.
yeah.
That stuff is all real. Now,
I agree.
now Miss Cleo, like, call me now for your free tarot reading. Now, that shit was fucking bogus. That was a big ass scam.
I've always thought somebody had like some like curse on me, bro. I was like, what the fuck? Like everything just keeps falling through my fucking fingers. Like,
Bro,
who's cursed me?
I don't know, but
Like-
I don't. With stuff like that, that should be real, bro. Like that voodoo and that black magic and stuff. Yeah, but now these fucking stones, you can miss me with that.
But the black magic, if somebody's really into it, yeah, I think that's a little bit.
Hell
of
yeah, I
real
don't play with
to it.
that. Mm-mm.
Chaz, you don't believe in black magic?
Nah. Mm-mm.
Why?
None of that. The only thing I think I believe in is like ghosts and spirits, stuff like that.
So you believe in ghosts and spirits, but not
black magic?
No.
It's
This is the same umbrella.
fucking thing. I know, right? Like it's all spirits and energies. And...
I don't think it is the same thing.
So you think a ghost could be in a room with you, but you don't think somebody could put like a
spell,
a curse on you, or like.
So you really don't think there's no there's no like hexes or voodoo or none of that stuff is real?
No.
You think exorcism is real?
Like people possessed by demons and stuff?
No.
Because that is.
That's real, bro.
Yeah,
I
exorcism
think it's
is
people
real.
I think people lose their mind.
There's documented cases.
Nah, that's real, bro.
Of like exorcism.
Chaz, we gotta go in the black hole and look at on YouTube.
Yeah,
I just don't see it. I just don't see it being real. I'll look it up. Hey, I'm always open.
I feel
have
you.
an open mind.
Look
I'm
it
very
up.
open.
That shit's
to
terrifying.
anything.
When I used to read up on this shit, it would say like 3 o'clock in the morning was like the devil's
Bro,
hours or some
scariest
shit.
movie I ever seen in my
Weird
life.
shit.
Paranormal Activity to this day, nigga. Scariest.
Paranormal
I watched that shit at
Activity,
4 p.m.
no.
I watched that shit at 4 p.m. in the afternoon in my kitchen on my computer with my dad in the living room and my sister, and I was terrified of that shit, bro. It scared the shit out of me, bro. That movie, because it felt so real. It
Watch
felt real.
the
Like that
movie
sleep paralysis stuff, that
Oculus.
shit is real,
Watch
bro.
the movie Oculus. Have you seen that?
No, I ain't see that.
Oculus, bro, that's one of the scariest. That like I ain't really been scared of like movies until like I seen that. Like it's it was weird. Like it was like directed by like WWF like type things, and that's what comes up on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't remember what it was. Can you pull that up real quick if we got time? It's
The Exorcist was low key
The
wild too,
Exorcist,
though.
Yeah, the few of them are scary.
It was called the Oculus.
Yeah, OCCULOUS or some shit.
Yeah, but that Paranormal Activity shit was crazy. When he pulled that lady out that bed,
I saw that. I didn't think that was all that scary.
The reason why
because
that
it looked
movie's-
fake.
I think the reason why that movie scared the fuck out of me is because, like, bro, I know sleep paralysis is a real thing.
It's a real thing.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's happened to me before. It's happened to my sister. Like, my kid's mother, when we lived together, the same thing, bro. It happened to her when I would be in the bed type thing. Same thing's happened to my mom when I was younger. Like, that's a real
It
real
is.
thing.
Play the trailer to this, bro. This is one of the scariest movies that I can.
What the hell is it
fucking
about?
think of. It's some weird like mirror thing in the. You'll see in the. But bro, it was fucking terrifying.
Oh boy.
I never heard of this shit,
Like
bro.
give y'all nightmares.
Oh, nah. I don't like this.
I'm already out. I'm all the way out. I'm all the way out.
I don't like this. That
As
should give
in-
me anxiety already, bro.
Tim is a healthy adult who represents.
I don't like seeing people in white sheets either. That gives me anxiety also.
Be discharged.
It just makes me feel like I'm back home.
And these are like this shit seems like it could be real, bro. That's what I'm telling you.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
My
like
name's
with,
Leanne Russell. The purpose of today's experiment is to prove that the object behind me is responsible for at least 45 deaths in the 4 centuries of its recorded existence.
yeah, see, that's what they did on. So I think it is kind of based on a true story type shit.
It's a bit ostentatious.
So the mirror like sucks people in, or like it projects like demons out of it?
Yeah,
or-
like another one of the
Lady in your office
exorcisms.
today.
What lady?
Seeing the
lady in your. Oh nah, dog.
I'm out.
Say, woo.
That shit just gave me goosebumps, bro.
So we wouldn't have to
I
I'm
don't
gonna
like
be
that.
honest with you guys. As far as like scary movies, and I'm not saying this to try and sound like some sort of I don't get scared. Like I'm not like that at all. I'm an emotional person. I don't even care.
The
It doesn't-
The fucking producers of Paranormal Activity. Now it makes sense.
Described were victims
Chaz, what you were
of
saying?
sexual
I just don't find scary movies scary. I just think they're corny.
Some of them are.
That's fair. I know people
a lot
like
of them
that,
are
though.
corny, but some of them are fucking. Some of them are good. Some of them.
Now,
are
if
real
it's
good.
a true story, then I fuck with that. I like that. I'm really into true stories.
That's like that. What was that fucking movie from back in the Poltergeist when the young girl fucking
Yeah.
died from playing the character in that movie? My thing is like this: as a parent, as a fucking parent, there's no way in the world that I'm gonna let my child play that character in some type of movie like that where they're getting possessed and there's like the premises of the whole movie is like a demon possession.
Yeah.
Cause for me, bro, you subject yourself like you open them
Open
type
the
of doors, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that right there as a parent ain't happening, Jack. Ain't happening at all, bro. I can't do it. Couldn't do it.
That's funny.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with that though. I agree. Keep that out of that pollution out of their mind.
Damn right. 100%.
Well, everyone, thank you guys for joining in and listening to another episode of Menace Mic. Thank you, my guy Bonz. Chaz, Skelly in Texas. Sorry about the Cowboys this year. Hey, you always got next year, though. You know?
Yeah.
You always got next year.
Fuck.
Guys, Face Meets Fist, Get Biofuel, Impact Dental Designs. Thank you guys for the support, and we'll catch y'all next week.
We rollin'! Yeah!
That was fire.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time!